So, at my last appointment with my oncologist, she requested a CT scan because I've been having some rib pain. And she wanted to make sure breast cancer wasn't making a new home in my bones, which it likes to do. I got the results the following day, and what the scan revealed, I got to tell you, came as a shock. Hi, I'm Kim Tisor. Most of you who are watching know that because probably you're a friend of mine or a family member, and you're just looking at this for health update. But if you are new, I'll let you know that I typically post faith-based videos. But I do have a playlist that focuses on my breast cancer journey, and it also has a video about a TIA or a mini stroke that I had back in May, tossed in there for good measure. Okay, so this scan, which I had Thursday afternoon, I will tell you, I drove home from the facility where I had it done thinking, I am done. No more scans for me. No more poking and prodding and subsequent biopsies requiring more scans and surgeries. After 9 years to the month of this, I had it. It kind of makes me think back to when I was in my 20s and one day I woke up and I'm like, no more cold cereal because I'd eaten it nearly every day for 20 years. And one day it just struck me that I can't eat that. And I didn't for probably a good decade. But with saying no more scans, I felt this relief. I had made this conscious decision to live my life going forward like I've never experienced cancer and constantly feeling as if I'm someone who is unwell because I'm constantly in and out of doctor's offices. And let me be clear in case you don't know, I do not have stage 4 cancer, which is considered uncurable. And my heart, I want you to know, goes out to those who have that because they deal with so much more than I ever have. Their treatments never end. And they don't have a choice unless their decision is to stop medical treatment and maybe try an alternative route or succumb to cancer. But I had a choice and I had made it. And then the next day, I got my results, and my decision had to take a back seat. Thankfully, the scans didn't reveal more cancer. So that's good news, excellent news. Instead, they revealed a few surprises: an ovarian cyst, which really wasn't a big surprise because I've had those before, a parambilical hernia, which is a hernia near my belly button, which in all honesty, that wasn't a surprise either, really, because I've had regular pain in that area ever since having what's known as deep flap surgery. And that will be a separate video. Why I regret having deep flap reconstruction following breast cancer. That'll be a future one to cover. The CT scan also discovered a hiatal hernia, which I had no idea I had, but would probably explain why recently, when I was home and was eating lunch, I immediately threw it up. I know you wanted to know that, didn't you? But I had never had anything like that happen before. It was so bizarre. It wasn't like, when you eat something that's not good for you, doesn't set right with you, or maybe you have a stomach bug, you get that horrible feeling where you go, I know in about 30 minutes or so I'm gonna be sick. And then it progresses to, no, I know I am going to be sick. There's no if, and, or but about it. And then that's all you can think about as you try to will it away. And then when it doesn't go away, you finally, you finally progress to being sick, but you instantly feel better. That's usually how it rolls, right? Well, this was nothing like that. No warning. I just ate and then unate. An interesting party trick for really gross people. And people with a hiatal hernia, which, if you don't know what that is, it's when part of your stomach pushes up through an opening in the diaphragm, which is the muscle that separates the chest from the abdomen. But people with this condition are typically advised to limit or avoid alcohol. But that is not why I'm saying good riddance to my near nightly glass of red wine. It is because the CT scan also revealed the beginning stages of fatty liver disease. Now, that was a shocker and a disappointment. though I am thankful it was discovered so I can do something about it before it has the opportunity to progress to cirrhosis of the liver, and I find myself on a liver transplant list. Now, here is something I think you should know. Statistics reveal about 25% of American adults have non alcoholic fatty liver disease, which is asymptomatic. They don't know it. But know this, if you are overweight, you probably have it. If you're a man with man boobs, you probably have it. If you've been told you are insulin resistant, there's a good chance you have it. And I'm going to post some links about this disease that I came across should you want to learn more about it. Now, you may be thinking, Kim, if there's non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and you just mentioned a moment ago, you drink a glass of red wine every night, might you have alcohol associated liver disease? My answer is maybe. Some further testing would need to be done to know for sure. But according to clevelandclinic.com, most people who have alcohol associated liver disease develop it after 5 to 10 years of heavy alcohol use. The definition of heavy alcohol use, in case you're wondering, differs depending on sex. For males, heavy drinking is 3 or more drinks per day or 21 or more drinks per week. Does that describe you? For females, heavy drinking is 2 or more drinks per day or 14 or more drinks per week. Now, I wouldn't say I drank that much alcohol, and certainly not for 5 to 10 years. Honestly, for most of my adult life, I was a borderline teetotaler. And then sometime after marriage, I'd enjoy maybe a glass of wine, perhaps 3 times a year during special occasions. And then during COVID, I don't know, but something happened. I couldn't explain it, but I started to have a glass of wine pretty much every night after work. My job was very stressful, and I think COVID was a stressful time for a lot of folks. And I started looking forward to that glass of wine on my drive home from work. Now, to make matters worse, a couple of years ago, I lost my sense of taste and smell, and that has continued. Now, sometimes I can taste food somewhat, but not fully, or I'll get a quick whiff of something, but I often can't smell. That's a bad thing to have if you want to ensure the milk hasn't gone bad at home. I'm just saying. But what is my point? Oh, wine is the only thing I can consistently taste, along with pickles. I guess it has something to do with the acidity. So cutting back alcohol really wasn't something I was planning on doing until now, because alcohol is considered a toxin and it's your liver's job to process it. If it has too much to process, it affects your liver's other jobs like processing fats. This causes fat to start building up in your liver. And what else leads to fatty liver disease? Not just the alcohol associated kind, sugar, carbohydrates. I've read so much over the weekend that I feel like I've become an expert in this area. Though I'm okay, I'm clearly not. But all I can say is no more alcohol for me. But I guess I can't swear off scans because, in addition to following up on the hernia in my stomach and the cyst, which I really think is nothing, a small lesion was also found on my liver. Now, the notes on my scan report indicated it's likely benign. So I'm going with that. But from what I've read, once again, over the weekend, glued in front of a computer, a follow up MRI is typically needed to determine for sure that it's not metastatic. And since the liver is one of the places breast cancer likes to spread to, I'm guessing more scans are in my future. I guess I'll just remain thankful that we have not only the technology, but access to technology to determine such things. Though a part of me thinks ignorance is bliss. Anyway, that's the latest. I'm trading my vino for Lipton's iced tea, sans the sugar. Have a great week and be kind to others, as well as to your liver. Bye.